So, can you actually have fun being sober? Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode here at Sobriety University. On this channel, we talk about addiction and recovery-related topics. My name is Joel, and in this video, we're going to be talking about a topic today that came from Dan Poman. Big shout out Dan for the topic. And it is, can you still have fun? Or as much fun as you did when you were smoking, using, drinking, drugging, as you do when you're sober? And this is a great question because I know I was wondering that when I was first getting clean is, am I just like subscribing to a life of just absolute boredom and misery? Because drugs, alcohol, partying, doing crazy things can be a lot of fun. And especially at first when there's not a lot of chemicals in the brain, there's some rewiring going on, and there's, kind of a low mood. It's like, yeah, the idea of actually ever having fun again seems like non-existent. So today we're gonna tackle that topic. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button. It's really helping out the channel. We're growing like crazy, and it's really awesome to see. Awesome to see so many people getting sober as well, or at least sober curious, wondering about whether this is right for them or not. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is boredom, because boredom is one of those emotions that, frankly, I don't like very much. It's quite unpleasant. And it's one of those emotions that led me to using, because I just wanted to have fun. I could not stand the thought of just having to be bored for over an hour. Having an addictive personality, I kind of like to be stimulated as much as possible. And so I've really had to learn how to sit with that boredom. So that's something I want to talk about first, because I want kind of that to cover the topic of this video and the theme of this video, because being able to be with boredom is a huge skill. It's a skill I didn't learn growing up. It's a skill I didn't know that was important. And now that I do know this skill, I just see how valuable it is and how it makes you really appreciate when times are fun, when times are good, because if I was happy and joyful all the time, which is impossible, I think I would get kind of tired. Even after a day of fun, I kind of want to relax a little bit. I want to chill out. I don't want to have to be stimulated 24/7, even though the mind might think that's a good idea. So I think, to answer your question, Dan, that it is not possible to have the same level of fun as you did when you were using. Now, that's not to say you're not going to have fun. It's going to be a different kind of fun. It's going to be a different experience of that emotion, of joy, of happiness, of peace, of serenity and all that. It's not going to be that kind of coked up, yo, let's have fun, like, this is crazy, let's just go party all night. Now, from what you commented, it sounds like that you are able to still use weed, and it's not too big of an issue. Maybe that's true or not. You can let me know. And so I know from my experience that I quit because my life was not fun at all. I was so deep in the addiction. I had no dopamine, no serotonin in my brain to even think of the idea of fun. And I had so much depression that because of constant using, because of bad habits, bad diet, etc., no exercising, that I wasn't having a lot of fun. And so I knew I wasn't going to have fun continuing on with life if I continued to smoke. So I'm like, okay, I have to try this sobriety thing for just the chance to have fun again in life and to enjoy it. So it kind of depends on where one is in their journey and how addictive of a personality they have, and also how down they've gone in the addiction scale. Where has it completely consumed your life, or is it kind of like just like a hobby you do, habit you do once in a while with friends or whatever? It really all depends. So I'd be curious to know more about like what your situation is exactly. It sounds like that you're able to use weed without major consequences. So I would say if sobriety is something that you want to go down, that you're going to have to accept that you're not going to be having the same level of fun. Now, that's not to say like it's like a hierarchical level scale, like oh, I was having this amount of fun when I was in weed. I'm still having fun, but only this level. It's like it's this whole separate realm. It's like I'm having just as much fun, but in a completely different like reality in a sense. I go and play basketball at the gym, and it's so much fucking fun. I can't even explain it to you. It's like I get the excitement, I get the endorphin release, I get the feel-good chemicals after, like I just did something really good and accomplished something. And I'm completely sober when I'm doing it, of course. Now, from my smoking mindset, from my weed mindset, looking at what I'm doing now, I'd be like, dude, that sounds so boring. Like wow, you're going to play basketball. Cool, dude. But when you're sober, the little things start to become more meaningful. And that's something really cool that happens after getting clean, is that simple things like going to the grocery store, talking to a friend on the phone, playing basketball, going to the gym, they all like take on a new level of excitement. And it's just because the brain has rewired so that just baseline is different now. So before with weed, baseline was probably up here. So to have fun, you need to do something that was even crazier or more magical, wild, adventurous. And now that it's like that base level is not all the way up here, the base level is down here. The simple things that were below the base level of weed, like going to the grocery store, hang out with friends, etc., suddenly become like really like exciting, and they almost become a high in itself. It's crazy, and it's something that I'm super thankful for, because if life was fucking boring after getting sober and clean, it would not be probably worth doing. And so because though that the brain balances out, neurochemicals return to a normal level, and everything starts to just kind of elevate in a sense. It's the simple things become really exciting and really fun, and so all those things that maybe seem boring when smoking weed are going to become really exciting and honestly way more fulfilling than when I was smoking weed and having like these kind of just empty experiences. And though maybe I would get a little hit of dopamine and it'd be really fun for a couple minutes, even a few hours maybe, I would never feel satisfied, because it was always kind of artificial and I always wanted more. I needed more fun. Now the great thing about getting clean and having sober activities is that there's a sense of satisfaction after that doesn't come from when I was smoking weed or when one is smoking weed. It's like that is enough, which is something that people with addiction can probably relate to, that it's never enough with addiction. It's like, I always need more. I always need another high. I always need that first high that I had when I was starting out many years ago. I'm chasing the dragon. And then clean though, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna go smoke weed at the end of the day or go drink alcohol. So I'm gonna go home and go to bed and chill out and be peaceful and wake up and have another day. And it's like, even if I'm saying this, it's like, yeah, like obviously, but for some reason that takes on a whole new meaning when there's not this chemical substance just being inputted into the body all the time. Man, hope that answers the question, and feel free to comment down below what your experience is with this, to everyone as well. So guys, with that, like, comment, subscribe, and talk to you soon. Peace.